not that bad. It's not that bad. Wait. This is what it's looking like. Oh my god. This is so bad. Guys, look at what happened. Us when we want to like have the top down, but it starts to rain. Have a little moment. To the beach coast. Hair's looking a little crazy because it did end up raining, but it's so pretty. Hola amigos. So we're the paisas in Hawaii. So like we're gonna be climbing down there. Oh yes. Say hi. Oh, how cute. This is so fun. We were having like a little like podcast moment. I was like, oh my god, we should film this because I feel like this would be so helpful just for like for so many people kind of going through the same thing, because like I'm going through this right now, and basically the topic is just like being a godly woman but also like being a lesbian, and like that's what I'm struggling with. Like I've been going to Bible studies and like just learning more about Jesus and God, and just like being contradicted with like the fact that I'm a lesbian but want to be close to God. And she was just saying that her sister,
yeah, like my sister is also lesbian, and she has been in her relationship for I think 4 years, and she's about to get married, but she was going through the same thing because I come from like a very like strongly religious home, and like some like they're very strict about like religion and all of that. Like she was going through the same thing. Like she felt like disoriented, like she felt kind of like lost in her identity because like yeah, like you want to be godly and you want to like have these luxuries of like the fruit, you know, like the fruit of God, and like you want to experience that, but then you're like, I also want to be myself, you know, like I don't want to mold myself the way that I am not, you know, and like, you know, but I don't know how it feels because I'm not lesbian, but my sister, like just seeing her go through it was like really hard, you know. So basically like she was struggling with it, and she was like on the border of gonna like breaking up with her girlfriend, and I'm like stuttering, I'm like and basically like she went to church, and the priest was like, I want you to go home and pray. Y pues she goes home and she's like praying, and she's like, okay, like God, like let me, like tell me, like if this isn't for me, like if this isn't my way, like if I'm actually like making a sin, like I want you to take my partner away from me. Y luego pues, you know, like everything in that moment, like she was just like really depressive and like lost in her identity, and then que like slowly like the relationship between them both was getting better, and she was like, so many blessings were coming into her life. Like she started her business, and like, you know, like things were happening, like, you know, like when you're, it's kind of like unexplainable, like you're just like, you're going through something, and then all of a sudden like a random like thing she wasn't doing anything wrong. So that's why I'm like saying like there's a difference between being a religious person and following up with your religion, and there's a difference between being a godly person and having that one-on-one connection with God and speaking to God and being like, okay, like give me clarification or like show me, and if this isn't for me, like take it away from me, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think like if you just read the scripture and like interpret it the way that you interpret it, and you know, even before you read your own Bible, like pray and be like, God, please give me discernment, please help me, guide me to understand your words and interpret it the way that you want me to interpret it, because everyone can interpret it the verses differently, like super differently. So yeah, like do that, and you know, but like God loves you, like no matter like what you do, whether it's like good or bad, like he still loves you. I already told you this, so I feel weird. Like
no, yeah, but that's like literally what you just said. Like really was helpful. Like when you were saying like things for your sister like started to get better, and like you could just tell like it was blessings from God. Like I literally got chills. Like that made me so happy. Like wanted to cry. Like I literally almost like wanted to cry. Like it's just like it's just been really hard for me just because like I can just feel like they're not directly saying, oh, like you can't be a lesbian, but they're just like hinting at it, and it like hurts my heart. Like literally the last Bible study I had, like I cried during it because I was just like, I want to be a woman of God, I want to follow like the scriptures, I want to like devote my life to God, but that means I literally can't have a family, can't find the love of my life, can't get married. Like these are all dreams that I want, that like, you know, but like just what you are saying, like I feel like I'm focusing too much like on the religion part, and like even before like I started doing Bible studies, like I've always like trusted in God, and like I've always just been like, as long as I believe in God and as long as I like have like a relationship with him, like I'm okay, you know.
yeah,
So I feel like you're right.
yeah. Like there's nothing you can do. Like we sin every single day. Like there's nothing, unless like you're like you murder someone, you know, like that's okay. Like yeah, like
Yeah.
but like things like of like just human nature, like curiosity, like I personally don't believe that there's like set rules, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I personally, when people ask me like, oh, what's your religion? Like I could give you like my family's religion, like my mom's religion, like she's Catholic, but me, I'm a follower of God. Like I'm a follower of Christ. Like I don't have a religion. Like sí, like soy católica, pero I'm a follower of God, you know? And like I talk to God, and like yeah, I do go to church and I do go to Bible studies, but that's more to be closer to God and be in the presence of God. But do I completely agree with everything that they say? You know, that's why I also feel like religion, oh my gosh, another topic, like religion stems from like a form of manifestation. Like you manifest your religion, you know what I mean? Like because there's different religions. My mom works with like people from a different religion, so she at times, like she had a lot of conflict with like them, and like she couldn't really form a connection with them because she just felt like either they were sinning and then they felt like she was sinning, because they're not following like each other, they don't follow up with their own like beliefs, you know. And then until I don't know, like I feel like they started like bonding more and like respecting each other more and like looking besides the religion point of view, and that made me realize like, because they were so devoted to the religion, like they would like pray and cry to I'm not sure what religion they were, but it was like an elephant with like a dress.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what it, like I'm not too educated on different religions.
Me neither, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it seemed like they really were blessed from the religion, you know. But then I look at my mom's story and I look at my own testimony with my own religion with God, or my own connection with God and being a Catholic, and it's like I also yeah, like God is your only, like the only follower, like Jesus Christ is like the only like higher energy. And I feel like, okay, yes, but I feel like everyone manifests their own higher energy, because when you manifest, you're putting out energy, like because we are made of energy, like everything is made of energy. So when you manifest and you go into that like trance or whatever, like I feel like you're putting out good energy and you're manifesting the religion that you want. Like especially like when you hear, like when you see like you grew up with, like I grew up with Catholicism, and like I saw that within my family, and I started to like dive into that. So when I would make that a part of my own daily life. So I manifested that religion onto me, and I feel like that's kind of like, I feel like we manifest our own beliefs and our own religion in a way, and it becomes our reality. So I don't know, it kind of goes hand in hand with manifestation. Like you believe what you manifest in a way. But not like in those like crystal manifestation.
Yeah.
Like not like that. Like I'm saying like genuine, like putting faith towards a higher power.
Right.
Because there a higher energy.
I agree though, like I feel like it's just whatever you put in like your heart into, like your whole heart, like whatever you give your whole heart to, like you feel it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it also has to do heavily with just like knowing what's right from wrong and like following that, like having your own like logical sense. Like say like if I were to like be drinking, like I know I shouldn't be doing that,
Yeah.
so yeah, and like smoking and stuff,
Yeah.
or like even cussing. Like I've been not wanting to cuss. Like I struggle with that so bad. Like I cuss so much, like every day. Like I just be cussing up a storm. But like yeah, it's just like I know I shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. But also I feel like it's okay to cuss. I don't know. It's like I feel like everything is controversial. Like
It's ultimately like, how do you feel after you cuss? Like, do you feel good? Do you feel clean? Like,
yeah,
or do you know that it's not a good thing?
right, yeah,
Because there's also like so many things that like construct our form of thinking. Like, there's like what society tells us, like, or like ever since we were little, like we're always told not to cuss. So, do we have a bias towards cussing? Like, do we think like, okay, like cussing is a bad thing because we were taught that as little kids? Or like, how do you feel like after you cuss?
I just feel like very like, oh, I shouldn't be cussing. Like that's
Yeah.
just how I feel. Like I feel like I need to control it. Like I feel like, especially just being a woman too. Like I just feel like that's a whole thing. I feel like we could get real, like people could like come for me for this, but like I just feel like there's something so like fragile and delicate about being a woman, and like especially like just me myself, like about me myself, like and who I am, like how I'm perceived to others, and like even my voice, like my voice is so high pitched, so like girly, so like so I feel like it's just like not right for me to be cussing the way that I do.
Okay. Like, do you feel like it's not feminine for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I guess. But also it's like not that big of a deal, but it's also
No,
like
I feel you.
yeah.
I say fridge instead of like the F word sometimes, but I used to be the type, like throughout high school, like I would never curse. Like my friends would think that was weird. Like they'd be like, why are you saying freak instead of like the F word, or like stuff like that. But I wanna like say like I wasn't as like right now I'm not like I am really like in touch with my religion, or not my religion, God. Like I am godly and I do go to church and all of that. But before, like in high school, I was like super religious. Like I would go home and I would like read, like go straight to my Bible, and I would read, like extremely religious, and I wouldn't curse, like I wouldn't smoke, drink, and all that like stemmed because I wanted to stay truthful to the idea of not sinning,
Right.
And then
I was so depressed, like very suicidal, very like just couldn't do anything. And like literally I feel like it's so crazy to me, but like I felt like, I don't know, this is like, I don't even, it feels weird saying it, but I felt like weed, like the way that I started smoking weed, like it felt like a blessing, like because I felt like it genuinely helped me. Like it didn't make me feel like more depressed, it didn't make me feel like lazy, it motivated me, which is so crazy to me. Like weed usually doesn't do that for people. Weed usually like makes people want to not do nothing. Like literally I would smoke weed and then go to the gym, like yeah. So like, and like it's even weird, like the way that it's crazy to me, but let me like explain more. Like I feel like it was a blessing because like I never like bought my weed. Like the way I started smoking, I literally found like a pen, like literally it's kind of nasty, but I found a pen like in the bathroom of like this restaurant, and like I took it and it had like a heart. This is so like, this is how you know I really did not care about my life at this time, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke it. But I did sanitize the I did sanitize it first, and I like researched because I researched the logo on it, because I was like, all right, let me make sure like this is cool. But it was from a dispensary, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get it. And I did, and like it made me feel so much better. And then like after that, literally this man, like his best friend had not just passed away, but his best friend of 10 years passed away. Yeah.
Like recently?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And then he ended up giving me his personal pen. And so I was like I didn't go searching for this, you know, like I didn't go searching to like smoke weed. Like it wasn't something that I felt like I don't know, it felt like something to help me from God, which is so crazy. Like I feel so crazy even saying it, but like it really felt like a blessing. Like I felt like it just really helped me. At some point I was just like, you know what, like I don't like the way it's making me feel anymore, so I stopped. And it never felt like an addiction. It never felt like I needed to smoke, like I need this. Like no, it felt just like a way to make me happy, which is so crazy. I don't know, I feel like that's such a weird take on weed. Like
it's like a positive take. Like really positive. But I think it's like beautiful how like you didn't get addicted, and like you knew yourself so well. Like you had such a good like even though you were at a low point, and like even though it was like hard times, like you still like unconsciously had that like idea of yourself, like no, like I won't let myself fall completely. Like I'm not gonna let myself like unconsciously, even if you didn't think that. Like I feel like for you to be where you're at now and like really seek to be like healed and like tell yourself like no, I'm not gonna smoke for 4 years, like I'm not gonna drink for 4 years, and like I feel like that's like really pretty, like really beautiful. Like that says a lot about you and like how sure you are in what you need and like what you need to like advocate for yourself and your health, you know? Like period. My contact is good.
oh, you wear contacts too?
Yes,
Girl, me
girl.
too.
I
I'm
hate
so
it.
blind.
I
We
feel
are
like
both
this.
so blind. That's so crazy. But yeah. No, like literally me being here right now is like this was like my final like destination. Like this is where I felt like not in that way, because final destination isn't that's not what I meant, but like this is my final place to like really like heal and I just be happy. Like the reason why I moved here is so I could heal and be happy. Like yeah. And obviously go to school and like do that all
And
that.
you're glowing, like you look so happy. Like honestly, I feel like this is our blessing from God.
100%.
Like our blessing from God.
Like, I still can't believe it. I was like,
We're living on a rock. Literally.
like I honestly love being so far away from everyone. I don't know why. I just love like y'all can't get to me. No,
What are y'all gonna do? Swim?
no, literally, like no ops can get to me no more. Come on.
No, literally.
I went to last Sunday's service and it was good. It's so crazy. Like it was literally exactly what I needed to hear that day. Like,
Really?
what I had gone through the day before, I was feeling so like, oh my god, like I was like losing my mind, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I felt so crazy, but then like literally the sermon like told me every single thing that I needed to hear. Like that God loves me, that I'm so precious, that God sees me as like this precious little thing, and like whenever I do anything good like in his name, like he's like, ah! Like he's so excited. Like he literally is like so proud of me and like loves what I'm doing, and like yeah. So
I love that.
it was just great. I feel like these 4 years here are gonna go by so quick.
Literally.
I'm so excited to grow up. I'm so excited to be in like my mid-20s. I'm so excited to just like grow and glow and like be closer to God and like be more mature, be more of a woman. Like I'm just so excited for that part of my life. Like it's literally just beginning.
I know, I love that. I'm scared. I'm the opposite girl.
You're scared? Why are you scared?
Yeah, because I feel like I mean not I feel like I've always been independent, like with my own responsibilities, like school, but like I don't know, there's just a lot that I feel like I am dependent on my sisters. Like they've always guided me to like advice and like do this, don't do this, like, and I don't know, it's just kind of scary, like the idea that like I'm gonna grow up and then like probably like not gonna have to go to them anymore. Like I'm gonna have to figure it out on my own, you know. But like it's not like
no, but you're always gonna have them. Like they're always gonna be there for you.
No, yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Always. Like they're always gonna be there for you. Like you're probably gonna be in like your 40s still calling them all the time.
Literally, no, yeah. But like I don't know, just the idea of being an adult like alone is like scary. Like,
it is scary. Like I have no idea what I'm doing at all. I'm so lost. I'm like, I don't know what to do about like my credit. Like right now I'm like so lost.
Yeah.
Just with like everything. Like
me too.
And it's so hard. Like it's really hard.
It's stressful. But if you have that mentality, like, okay, like I'm excited, like whatever like God brings me, like for a reason.
Right.
So like I try to remind myself, like, and have your mentality, like where you're like whatever, like I'm excited. Like I treat my friends the way that I want to be treated as a friend.
Same.
Like I like put out what I want to receive, but
that's
I
exactly what I do.
Yeah, like but I never expect anything. Like I don't expect.
Girl, why are we twins, guys? I think we're twins.
We're low-key, like,
dude, my birthday is June 17th and her birthday is June 18th. We're literally Gemini twins! But we're just gonna say bye. Thank you for watching.
watching.
Really appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.